So, hey, we chased down the Mater Dei coaching group after they've been setting the Southern California lacrosse world on fire here early in the season. I've got head coach Johnny Rodriguez, offensive coach Luke Phipps, and I've got defensive coach Newt Krause. And Johnny, it's great to catch up to you guys because nobody else has. What do you attribute the fast start to for you guys?
Yeah, no, Chopper, it's always great to be on. I appreciate you bringing us on. There's really no secret to our success. It's not like we've tried to reinvent the wheel. We've just kind of taken a closer look at the wheel and see what we could do better. You know, what is the standard of Southern California lacrosse, and whatever that is, you know, let's one up that, let's two up that, let's see how we can go above and beyond. And really, you know, it's the sum of our parts. So, you know, we got the coaching staff, which extends to not just these two, but we got a great strength coach, great JV coaches. And then it's also the parents, the players, and then the supporting cast, which is the community, which is specifically the school and Mater Dei and the legacy that has for success. So with that, you know, let's think back when we were most successful to our days in college, and, you know, how can we apply that to the high school level, and not just on the field, but off the field as well in terms of academics and culture. So, you know, we've just been very consistent in that and just staying true to our belief. And we also understand that everybody else is practicing too. You know, just because we practice 40 times in the fall, we got 40 practices in the fall during all that mess, doesn't mean that another school's doing it. So what are we going to do to one up those guys? And I think everybody understands it's all the stuff you do outside of the 3 to 5 practice time that's going to allow us to be great. And, you know, there's 4 things that, and I think we talked about this a little in the Rogue interview, but there's 4 things that we stress. And right now we have a full team that everybody's believing in all 4 of our pillars, which is, you know, everybody's got to want to get better and improve. And that's the first thing. And, you know, at the end of the day, when kid graduates and he comes up to us and says, you know, hey coach, I got a lot better, not just on the field, but I've matured into a young man, and I was successful in class, and that's awesome. You know, 2 is wanting to be great. Everybody can, you know, 90% is average. Well, we got to be in the top 10%. Well, once we get there, how do we be in the top 5? How do we get to the top 1% from that point? And then win, right? And everybody's got to want to win. And that's everybody understanding the responsibility it takes and the accountability it takes for each kid to do their job so that we can be the greatest whole as we can possibly be, right? And then tradition, and like I touched on, you know, you walk into that Mater Dei basketball athletic center and you got Heisman trophies, you got jerseys hanging up, you got banners with national championships for every single sport. Lacrosse we don't even have a league championship yet. So trying to catch up with that tradition and allowing these guys and providing them the knowledge that, hey, you guys can be the pioneers of this, them believing in that and gaining confidence in that. And with the effort they're putting in, you know, that's the outcome that we're going to get, which is still an unknown.
Okay. So, by the way, for our listeners, if you guys haven't already seen the interview we did regarding Rogue Lacrosse a couple months ago, you can check these guys out and dive deeper into those 4 pillars. We'll definitely love to have you guys do that. Luke, let's talk about the offense just a little bit. Johnny mentioned one of the pillars is winning, and obviously you got to score goals. You know, what can you tell us about your approach to coaching the offense or some of the players? What do we need to know?
Yeah, I think for us, we stick to our system at the first point, you know, with our offensive system and kind of the plays and sets that we run. And, you know, depending on year to year, putting our players in the right positions to succeed based on, you know, what their strengths and weaknesses are. Right now, we got a very, you know, talented group of offensive players. You know, we have older guys who are stepping up as leaders. We have younger guys who are coming in and kind of taking advantage of their playing time and their opportunities, and just understanding what the team needs. Buying into that at the end of the day, you know, when you know what your defense can do and your face-off guy and your goalie can do, you know, buying into what our team needs us to do offensively, whether that's score a lot of goals, possess the ball, do the little things right, and just be mature as a group is kind of where we start off with things. And you know, really that taking care of the ball part is kind of stressful for us. So I think just, you know, putting the players in the right position to succeed, you know, giving them opportunities to play freely, you know, with each other and just kind of buy into that system.
Okay. And Newt, flip side, defense, man. You know, you got a great pedigree yourself on the field, playing defense. What do you bring to the picture when you are coaching your defense in high school?
Yeah, defensively, you know, with the group that we had this year, they've been a lot of fun to coach and work with. And, you know, each day we're out there, I'm challenging them with new ideas, new concepts, different packages, et cetera. And, you know, every day they're answering that call. They want to learn more. They're putting in the work outside of these practices, and it's showing on the field and their ability with their footwork and their stick work and their overall IQ watching the game. So, you know, it makes my job easier when those guys want to get better and I'm just supplying them the information, you know, and ultimately at the end of the day, you know, I haven't caused turnovers this year. I haven't picked up any ground balls. I haven't done anything on the field. It's all those guys and the effort that they've put in. And it's, you know, it's really been a blessing and really fun to watch the first couple of games here.
Well, you guys are off to a fast start, and I think that's going to hold up. Johnny, I was asking you earlier about, you know, the Mater Dei sports legacy, like you were talking about all the different sports. Finally, you know, you guys have got lacrosse headed in the right direction. Any crossover athletes you could mention? Anybody that's starred in any of these other sports that's helping you guys out on the lacrosse field?
Yeah, we this year we have one, just one. I think this is probably the year with the least amount of crossover, but we do have one, and it's Samari Staten, who is a huge defensive midi for us, one of the best D mids probably in the state of California. And he's currently a third or fourth string receiver on the football team right now. So dating back to last weekend, I got to watch him on TV on Friday night, and then I saw him first thing Saturday morning, dressed up in lacrosse gear, ready for the lacrosse game against St. Margaret's.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think it's Chris Hogan, right? That was a wide receiver for the Pats and retired from football. And he's now playing professional lacrosse, having played lacrosse in Penn before. So it seems like a pretty good crossover sport. Any other of your athletes you want to single out? The other coaches are listening, so they may be scouting this, but anybody that sticks out in your mind?
I'll let these two go, but first I'm just going to drop a quick one. Obviously, I'm a goalie, and I got a lot of love for our goalie, Nick Coleone. He's a third-year starter. He's a junior, 22. He's on his second year as a team captain. He was a team captain as a sophomore on varsity with a very heavy load of seniors that year. And he's stepped into the role. He's gaining confidence, and he's been playing great. Newt?
Yeah, I'd say, you know, I don't want to take Phipps, you know, one of Phipps's guys, but as a defensive coach, I have to throw a ton of love out to Lucas De La Paz, who's our face-off guy, because, you know, when we're winning as many face-offs as we are, the job as the D coach gets pretty easy when the ball is on the offensive side of the field for a majority of the game. But defensively, you know, I'd shout out Tyler Curry. He's one of our senior defensemen. He's definitely one of the vocal leaders down there, and he's someone who leads by example. And it's something that with some of our younger guys, not much younger than him, but some of the younger guys, it's a great person for them to look up to and aspire to, you know, to be that kind of a player, not just on the field, but off the field and his leadership characteristics.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. You know, on the offensive end of the ball, I think, you know, all around this year, the most successful part of us have been the fact that, you know, in our past game, St. Margaret's of 13 goals, we had 8 scores. You know, so just playing egoless lacrosse, a lot of guys are stepping up. A lot of guys are playing their part and doing what they need to do, you know, with a deeper offense than we've ever had. So there really isn't one guy on the offensive end that I can single out and say this has been, you know, the guy to kind of push us over the top or get us a couple wins here. It's just an overall team effort. But I can, you know, piggybacking off of Newt, the one thing an offense always needs is possessions. And that starts with Lucas De La Paz for us. So starting off with that face-off X, I think we can all agree is a major part of who we are right now and our success, and as well as Coach Rodriguez talked about our goalie and kind of our leader of this team, Nick Coleone.
Okay.
But Chopper, we could talk for days about each and every kid, and that's what makes this team so special. It's anybody, every game. It could be anybody's game, right? And within our team, like anybody could blow up. Like we had a huge game from Grant Portillo, who had not really been struggling, but we haven't seen him hit his potential. In the St. Margaret's game, he had 3 or 4 goals seemingly with ease, right? So, and it's the way we practice. Every practice, it goes from, you know, we do our stick work just like everybody else. I'm sure everybody's got pretty much the same practice plan. We end with 6 on 6 and man up, man down. And we can't get these kids just to stop chirping at each other. They're always talking smack to each other the entire time. And it's like, holy smokes, guys. And then the practice ends, and then everybody's giving each other's hugs and walking back to the locker room with smiles on their face. So it's great to see. It's great to be a part of. All 3 of us are certainly proud of it, and the effort that each kid's putting in.
Well, I've only been able to keep up with you guys for the reports that are coming in. I've seen a little bit of video, but I guess there's a big game coming up on April 15th. You guys are going to be at Loyola. Do I have that right, John?
Correct.
Well, good luck to you guys in that game. If they're letting anybody in, I'll be one of the ones that comes there to see that, because that should be a great matchup. Congratulations on the early season start, you guys. Let's check back again in a month or so and see how the season's wrapping up. So I want to thank Luke, Newt, and Johnny. Thanks to all three of you guys for getting with us today.
Awesome. Thank you, Chopper.
Thank you.